Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us this noon for the news at noon here on DC News Now. I'm Annalisa Gale in for Mark Hall. We're following some breaking news in the district. Vandalism has been reported at the Lincoln Memorial. We've learned the steps have been splattered with red paint there, and park police say that work has already begun to remove that paint. They say it could take a few days for it to be all removed. The steps of the west side of the reflecting pool are closed right now. Anyone with information is asked to reach out to police. And right now, our Leonard M. Fleming is live there with more on what is happening. Leonard, what are you seeing right now?
Annalisa, good afternoon. Yeah, look, this graffiti that's happened here today, it has upset a lot of people who've come to DC to visit this city for their vacations. And you can look and see, I'm just going to show you here a little bit. You can see where the water-based paint that these workers are spray painting, it is coming down, dripping down the steps here because they're trying to remove it as fast as they can. These workers have told me that it is water-based paint, so it will remove fairly quickly. They're not worried that it will continually stain the steps of the memorial, but this happened sometime overnight, and the workers were called about 8:30 and told that they needed to come out and take care of this. There were graffiti words that said "Free Palestine," "Give land back," "Free Gaza." So these were the words that were up on the steps of between the reflecting pool and the Lincoln Memorial. So these are the words that were stated, and hopefully this will all get rectified in the next few hours, and we'll have more from people who've been visiting this area to talk about their thoughts about the graffiti here later on today at 4 o'clock. Reporting from the Lincoln Memorial, Leonard and Fleming, DC News Now, back to you.
Leonard, thank you so much. And right now we're turning back outside. You saw behind Leonard there, he was wearing the gloves there, Damon. Tomorrow, the first day of winter, so lots to look forward to with the chill.
If you don't mind the cold, that is. Yes, Annalisa. Yeah, it's definitely chilly out there, to say the least. But thankfully, we are seeing temperatures rebound a little bit as we go into the afternoon under such a sunny sky, and there is little to no wind. That is the big difference from yesterday as well, folks. Here's where we started out at to give some perspective. What a cold, frosty morning it was. DC even tumbled into the 20s there at 29. A little bit of warmer air as you neared the Chesapeake Bay, but look at some of these low temperatures. 18 in Manassas and Martinsburg, 21 in Winchester, 23 in Frederick, Hagerstown, and the rest of Northern Virginia also dropped mostly into the teens. So given that, hey, we have thankfully seen these temperatures rebound a little bit as we've gone into the early afternoon. Still chilly though, upper 30s to the west, low to mid 40s to the east, but we have a little bit more warmth to build up as we go through the afternoon with such a sunny sky in place. And again, the big difference, look at this, folks. The wind finally subsided last night. That's why those temperatures tumbled as much as they did, and now remaining calm here this afternoon. That should allow us to see those temperatures bounce back in a nice way. So here you have it, looking pretty good overall. Sunny skies, calm conditions. Temperatures later this afternoon should hit the upper 40s before all is said and done. No major worries on the weather front for the rest of your Wednesday, but with Christmas fast approaching, is there any unsettled weather that we're going to be keeping our eye on? We'll have a full check of your forecasts coming up here in just a bit.
Yes, Christmas. Thank you, Damon. Well, new this afternoon, D.C. Councilmember Vincent Gray, who is also a former mayor in the district, has announced that he will not seek re-election in 2024. He posted his announcement on the social media platform X. Gray, a former Democratic mayor, represents Ward 7 in the district. That includes neighborhoods like Benning and Marshall Heights, Hillcrest, DuPont Park, and Penn Branch there. In the past, he suffered a stroke, which impacted his health. In addition to council member, he also served as the chairperson on the Committee on Hospital and Health Equity. Now, in a statement, he says in part, quote, "It has been one of the great honors of my life. Much work remains to be done, as does the task of ensuring continued progress on many fronts. My final year in office will be no different than any other." And happening right now, Mayor Bowser and Chancellor Louis Farabee are visiting Kramer Middle School in Ward 8 to recognize students for improved attendance. The mayor is also having lunch with a group of students. Bowser is encouraging families to get their kids involved in activities through the Department of Parks and Recreation this winter break, which is scheduled from December 23rd to the 30th. Our Daniel Hamburg will have more from today's press conference coming up at 4. Well, developing now, what we're learning about recent violence in a Prince George's County school. That fight was one of 10 that happened yesterday. We're still waiting to hear back from the school right now, and it's unclear if there were any injuries or how this is being handled. Our Lex Juarez is at Flowers High School with the latest.
Still lots of unanswered questions about these fights that happened during the school day, waiting on Prince George's County Public Schools to get back with us and looking into if there were any injuries from these fights, what the school system and school are going to do moving forward. 10 scenes just like this one broke out during the school day. A student who saw the chaos said they watched multiple classmates jump in before school security broke things up. The fights leading to students being held in classrooms longer than usual, and parents wanting answers, feeling disturbed after seeing the videos of what happened.
What if someone end up in the hospital or get shot or get killed, and you thinking as a parent, you're at work, your kid is safe, whoever's in charge now needs to take care of this.
Some of the moms we spoke to are asking the school system to step up security. Well, we're unsure right now if violence has been an issue at the school. We do know that their principal was just put on administrative leave back in October. Of course, as we find out more information, we'll let you know both here and online. In Springdale, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
Lex, thank you. And just into the DC News Now newsroom moments ago, Prince George's County Public Schools releasing a statement about all of this, saying in part, quote, "The safety of students and staff is our top priority. School administration is in communication with the families of individuals involved, and we assure you we are taking action to ensure safety in our schools." Well, right now, a federal judge has ruled that a Confederate statue in Arlington National Cemetery can be removed. That removal process can continue immediately. A group called Defend Arlington filed a lawsuit claiming grave sites would be damaged in the removal process. On Monday, a federal judge initially issued a temporary order pausing that removal, but the judge overseeing yesterday's hearing said he saw no evidence that it would damage the site and allowed the removal to continue. And a new measure right now in Frederick County, Maryland, looking to further limit development around Sugarloaf Mountain, failed 5-2 last night. The company that owns Sugarloaf has threatened to close access to the public if the county moved forward with such a plan. That measure would create new conservation practices and limit new developments to protect what the county calls one of the most significant natural areas in the area and in the state. At noon, a member of the Virginia Senate is making it known that she is not in support of the monumental potential move to take the Capitals and the Wizards there to Virginia. Now, in a scathing ex-post, State Senator Louise Lucas says that anyone who thinks she is going to approve an arena in Northern Virginia using state tax dollars before they deliver and on their toll relief and for public schools in Hampton Roads must think she is dumb. There, blank, and written on her forehead, is according to what she said there. Now, an update out of Maryland, and Montgomery County Police Sergeant is 2 months into recovery after he was hit by a driver on I-270 back in October. Sergeant Patrick Kep sat down with our Randy Bass to talk about his physical and emotional recovery since losing his legs in that crash. He has been recovering at shock trauma in Baltimore and now at Walter Reed Medical Center in Bethesda. He has a team of doctors working to help him to get back to work. That means so much to him, officiating college football games and keeping dangerous drivers off the roads. He says his family has played a big role in his recovery.
It's the emotional support group from the law enforcement, from my officiating family, from my family, from my friends outside of work. That's where it comes from. It comes from them being there. When they were getting ready to leave, is there anything I can do? Come back. Like, I wanted people to come visit. Like, my day was constant of visitors in and out of my room, and that's what got me through, 100%.
To hear more from our interview with Sergeant Kep, visit our website right now, dcnewsnow.com. And right now, D.C. is handing out $300,000 in grant money to area nonprofits, all in an effort to prevent gun violence. That money is going to 28 different community groups, including theater programs, employment workshops, and music therapy groups. D.C. News Now's Marielle Carbone spoke with a group that's using boxing to reduce crime.
The gym here at Nomis Boxing offers a safe and supportive space for kids. That means once they enter the ring, they know someone is always in their corner. Inside the ring.
My coaches like to say, let the dog out.
But outside of it, it's a different story.
Like everybody in here is kind of like my family.
That's something that was missing for 16-year-old DJ Nelson.
I was alone most of my life. All I had was my mom, so when I started coming here, it was a bigger circle, if you will.
Nelson is one of the dozens of kids and teens who work with Nomis Youth Network, a nonprofit whose Rites of Passage cohort program uses boxing, group mentoring, and engagement to keep at-risk youth away from gun violence.
We're more than just a boxing program. We're a youth development program.
Robert Simon III, or coach to his athletes, runs the organization.
We're a safe haven. It's a place you can come in, feel free, hang out if you like, and be around positive role models.
Tuesday, the group, along with 27 other nonprofits, was awarded a mini grant from D.C.'s Office of Gun Violence Prevention. The money coming as the number of juvenile gunshot victims in the district nears 100 for the year.
I know we're making a difference.
Coach says the money will keep the mission going.
Consistency and discipline to build resiliency and prevent juvenile delinquency.
Inspiring the next generation of athletes.
My favorite part about this is just coach.
Like 7-year-old Major Jones.
He always told me I can do it, and I'm strong, I'm powerful. I will be successful in life.
And the coach tells me that no kid is ever turned away. This new grant money helps ensure that policy remains true. Reporting in Northeast D.C., I'm Marielle Carbone, D.C. News Now.